Hello, everybody. As usual, I emphasize that all the facts and evidence provided in this video were all established in the courts shown to Quebec top authorities, Canada top authorities, and the world. Now, I would like to talk about questions 17 or 16 or 17. 17. Former Quebec Attorney General and the Justice Minister had to respond to so many evidence documents about the institutional crimes in my case, but she did not solve the problem for us. Instead, she and her subordinate misguided me to run to a more devastating trap. I pointed out clearly this cruel game played by them. She and her subordinate were then silent. The other former ministers, congressmen, and the opposition parties knew this because they were in CC of these email exchanges. Can I say we understand more now why the institution crimes could be so devastating without any limitation? These questions really shows us why institution abuse has been so daring. Okay, so coming back to this question, I contacted Quebec Justice Minister because I have contacted many Quebec top authorities that play game, why cruel games were damaging us. In 2017, Montreal Superior Court used nonsense to render judgment. That clearly shows they don't want their crime to be shown as a word. But my mouth will talk about it. So you know what I mean? My daughter and I would be in danger. She was evident to the Canada Prime Minister, okay? And the Canada Prime Minister and his assistants and I had already had some email exchanges. They know my case. They had known my case. But when I showed the new evidence, they immediately responded to me. I really thanked them. Told me contact the Quebec Prime Minister, Attorney General, because evidence showed that it's disgusting. Montreal Superior Court rendered judgment with nonsense, without any logic, any evidence. I was really scared because that meant they want to end us quickly and secretly. Otherwise, our mouths will talk about that, you know. So, but this is the Quebec Attorney, the Justice Minister, kept silence, you know. I showed her more and more evidence. She had, because I also put the Quebec opposition parties and the other former related ministers, congressmen, in the email. I want to see what did I would do. Then later, this minister's assistant had to respond to me, but give me a lot of procedures to follow. I immediately know that they were playing game. I point out that, you know, one single government department had caused me so much, and we were already in so much danger. You asked me to, you just minister, you don't correct the government problems. Oh, I remember one thing. She even told me He's working for government. She's working for protecting government. I said that's government problems. Also courts have problems. You are just a minister. You must do something according to your duty. That's why she had to respond to me. But she did not correct the problem, but she gave me a lot of procedure asking me to follow. I said, I don't want to die because if I complain, so many judges, so many governments, that were so powerful. I don't want to die. One government had got me crazy. But then she kept silent, and all the other parties kept silent. And then, but one thing was for sure that we were safer because if they want to end us, more people had known that. So, but from then they continued to damage us more and to cover up the crimes with new ways. So that's why I asked the current Quebec Prime Minister that. I asked that question, but actually that's fact, because the institution, the criminals, are not investigated. They were free to do whatever. Furthermore, if people like us luckily survived, they want to end us. And then we defend us, protect us so hard, give evidence. They'll not ignore evidence, but let us to follow in their traps. So any person working in the government, in the court, if they want to commit a crime, even they are not daring, they will be daring. They will become more and more daring because they will do that all crimes freely, and actually they will be protected by the top authorities. So that's why I asked the question to the current Quebec Prime Minister. Do we know now? Understand now why the institution, the criminal can commit crimes and do devastating things without any limitation. Though ask this Prime Minister question, but actually it is a fact. The evidence shows this is a scary fact. Okay, I think this is what I can say about question 17.